Hello, everybody. It's me, Tessa Fromer. I'm so excited to take you through this workshop, Becoming the Lighthouse. It is an epic synopsis of some of my lived experience. Actually, not even some of, all of my lived experience can be summed up to this material that we're going through right now. Now, I did this workshop live in early October, and it was incredibly profound for all the people that were there. And so I know you're going to get a lot out of this. And I really encourage you to set the space, grab some beverages that you like and that keep you focused, maybe light a candle, but really create an environment that lights you up to do this work. And then I'm going to take you through this slideshow. And I'm going to encourage you to pause at different intervals to write in your journal, to reflect, and to really immerse yourself in this experience. So yeah, invitation to pause this video, write whenever you need to, and then keep it going. But it won't take you more than 45 minutes to get all the way through this material and have a really incredible shift at the end. Now, I want you to share how this workshop lands with you, what you come up with, what you're committed to at the end of it, because there's going to be some really juicy insights. I can promise you that. Welcome to Becoming the Lighthouse. First things first, let's set some intentions. I want you to identify throughout this workshop where you're lukewarm in your life and where you are already shining. And with this, I want you to take the information of where you're lukewarm and not use it to bludgeon yourself, but to use it in your awareness to say, yep, I know that this can be improved upon, and that's where I'm going to go with this. But I'm not going to be upset or angry or critical of myself if I'm not everywhere that I want to be. That's what this exercise is for. It's to show you where you can improve. Now we're going to reconnect with self and claim your sense of light again. And we're going to get into greater alignment with yourself and your choices. And most of all, we're going to share vulnerably in community, stay engaged, get deep, and be seen on your journey right now. Okay? And we're going to have fun doing it. First things first, our beloved Jane Goodall just passed away recently, and what a light she was. Here's a quote from her. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. This is a woman whose entire life has been dedicated to shining light on things that many of us will never, ever, ever see or understand. And that is what our work in the world is as lights. We have to find our way in what we want to shine a light on. Here are some simple truths to kick us off. First things first, you are a light. You are. You are simply a light. You probably have been since you were really small, and you've been told that your whole life. And here's the second simple truth. When your light goes out in any area, you likely feel self-conscious, dim, and lost. So as you guys know, I'm a human design analyst, and there are a few types in human design where light is really emphasized. Generators and manifesting generators, how you're here to do work that lights you up, you're here to do work that lights you up, etc. And I will always say to people, your life's work is to stay lit up. And they say, well, of course, but isn't that everybody's? And I say, it is everybody's, but it's so simple. But don't you know what it's like when it's not there? When you're not lit up, how bizarre you feel and how big of a hole you have to climb out of to get back to what lights you up? That's what this is all about. When your light is out in any area, you likely feel self-conscious, dim, and lost. Third of all, we lights, we often stay in places that no longer light us up, trying to fix, prove, or endure, instead of accepting that what once lit us up is no longer doing the trick. This is the story that we perpetuate that says, oh, I'm not lit up by the work that I'm doing anymore, but I think if X, Y, and Z changed, I could get lit up again. If this person changed how they were interacting with me, I would stay. This is trying to fix, trying to prove, or trying to endure, instead of just accepting that what you're doing isn't lighting you up and listening to the little whisper, the little voice inside of you that says, actually, I'm interested in this now. So you got to accept it. Fourth, light pulls us forward. If you take away anything from this workshop, I want you to remember that what lights you up is what is pulling you forward. It's taking you to your next stage of life, the next evolution of you, and it's pulling you towards your highest good. This very spiritual process of being and staying a light has no end date. This is a very laugh out loud kind of moment because we often hope that once we change something major in our work or with our relationships, that we will not have to do that again. But the truth is, you will be pulled forward again and again and again into the next iteration of your light, into the next evolution of yourself. And there's no end date to that. There's no arrival point. So getting familiar with this process allows you to be much smoother with it moving forward. And finally, I want to take you guys through my theory on light. I'm so excited about this. This is my light theory, and I don't know, this is just how I see it. I see light as the real essence of our soul. Your light is not a physical thing, but a symbolic thing, okay? So I'm not talking about how radiant you are or magnetic you are, but I'm talking about how connected to your own light you feel symbolically inside of you. Another way you could think about your light is it's your essence, your passions, or your superpowers that may become blocked by distractions, self-doubt, darkness, or unhealthy habits. We must rediscover our inner light by peeling away what blocks it, and we can do this simply by acknowledging that the blocks exist. This is step number one, acknowledge. We cannot shine where we do not look. And ironically, more often than not, it is actually you versus you. We are the ones that block our own growth by not believing enough in ourselves to pursue the thing that lights us up or to leave the situation that is draining our light. It's you versus you. There are 5 areas in life where I believe we are most self-conscious or aware of how lit up we are or not. These 5 areas are self, work and purpose, environment, community, and partnership. And if you'd like, you can pause this now and draw out this triangle before we break these down one by one. Now, all 5 of these areas are super important, but if the top of the pyramid, self, or bottom of the pyramid, partnership, are not lighting you up, it will impact your feeling of lit upness in the middle areas, work, purpose, environment, and community. The more of a strong foundation of light or lit upness that you have in self or partnership, the more where you aren't lit up reveals itself. Herein lies the opportunity to increase trust and alignment. For example, say you are on a mission to become the most confident version of yourself. Now, as you become that more confident version of yourself, you are going to start noticing all of the areas in your life where you aren't confident. So, hey, now that I'm confident, this job is no longer aligning with me. This environment that I'm living in is no longer aligning with me. These friends and family that I'm spending time with are no longer aligning with me. The partner that I'm calling in is going to align with me if I continue working on this, right? So that's an example. Now, if something is off in your partnership, say you're in a relationship that is 80% of the way good, but 20% not so good, that will subtly grind on your soul and will impact how you feel with your family and friends, how comfortable you feel speaking about your partner, how comfortable you feel moving in with that person, starting a life, building an environment together. And that might impact your confidence in your work or in your purpose, how you're showing up, how you're sharing yourself professionally. And most importantly, that'll grind on your sense of self. Do I really believe in myself enough to not be in this partnership, to be in an aligned one, etc.? So we want to work on our sense of trust and our alignment. And these arrows go both ways. Now, the default nature of light is to pull you forward towards your highest good. And I have seen this again and again and again in my client work. Like these 5 areas, we each go through cycles where 1 or 2 or 3 of these 5 areas is weighing on us. And when we make a shift in these small little ways and we acknowledge that there's a block there, we catapult into a whole new game of fulfillment. I'm going to move on and let's talk a little bit more about light theory. Because part of being a light is knowing darkness. There is no light without the dark. Some of the brightest lights on this planet have seen the worst case scenarios of our humanity, of our ugliness, of our darkness, our shadow, and we're even raised in really tough environments. So I just want to acknowledge you. If you're a light, I recognize that you also know darkness too. Where in your life, though, past or present, have you been lit up, and where have you been lost in your life? Because wherever you've personally been lit up and where you've lost your light is really going to be your fuel, your personal pattern recognition, and your confirmation that this work really works. And so I want you to just keep that in mind as we go through. Now let's start our light inventory process. This is an infinitely repeatable Social Alchemy Institute method that we will be repeating quarterly together. So you're welcome to join our next one in January, where we'll be doing this in a group again. First things first, we're going to take inventory of how lit up you are in these 5 areas: self, work and purpose, environment, community, and partnership. I want you to notice what memories and experiences come up. These are your clues. All right? Special attention, holding the awareness on this memory just came up, this experience is coming up, and this could be in the past or it can be present. Pay attention to those, write them down. And then as we go through each of these 5 areas, you're going to ask yourself these questions. For how long? At what point? Why have I stayed? For whom and do they know? And you're going to pause and repeat to yourself, it's okay. It's okay. And then I want you to sense internally for a moment, what do I actually want? And write that down as well. Take a moment to write these down. And you're also going to underline in each of these categories. Am I offline in this area? Am I lukewarm, or am I lit up? Now, offline means that you are completely not feeling yourself. There's no vitality. There's no life force. There's no lit upness in this area at all right now. It is just void. Lukewarm is where there is a lot of headiness. There's a lot of thought. There's a lot of confusion and mystery. And if this happened and then this could, and I don't really know what to do. That's the lukewarm place. You can think of it as being neutral or kind of stuck. Now, you might know what you want to do when you're lukewarm, but you're not quite there yet, okay? So that's lukewarm. And then lit up is, I am proud of where I am right here. I have arrived where I want to be. I don't want this to change. I'm super content and fulfilled. I am lit up by these things, okay? And as you underline that on each of these sections, I also want you to notice who comes up for you as you think about this, as you think about your coworkers, your roommates, your community, friends, family, your partner, and just take note of that, because one of these questions is, why have I stayed? Why have I stayed offline or lukewarm? And there might be a reason. For whom do they know? And I really want you to take note of how much you might be sacrificing or staying in an offline lukewarm state without communicating that clearly to the people around you with whom you might be sacrificing this for. So there might be action items at the end of this workshop. Okay, I'm going to let them know. Let them know that I'm staying here for them. I'm staying until they find my replacement. I'm staying until they get to the mental health support that they need. And then I'm going to go. I'm going to go choose myself. Just as an example, okay? And then remember to repeat, it's okay. Pause and sense, what do I actually want? It's a little silent question to ask yourself. All right. I'm going to move forward, but again, remember, you're welcome to pause this at any point in time. Let's start with self, this top of the pyramid. Now, our sense of self is our overall belief and sense of self-trust, self-love, life force, or confidence. It can also look like indecision stemming from inviting others' opinions or lack of ownership of one's own path, or embodiment of one's own values, preferences, passions. This is like a sense of creativity or not, a sense of individuality, authenticity, expression. Notice what memories, experiences come up. And then write down, am I offline, lukewarm, or lit up after you answer those questions? Our next area is work and purpose. Work and purpose is right underneath self, because I think that as soon as you have a ton of internal confidence, an embodiment of your values, beliefs, and preferences, the next arrow you want to shoot at and aim like for the bullseye is, I want to do work that lights me up. I want to be on purpose. I want to be in alignment with my mission and what I'm here to do. Okay, so this is why this comes second. It's almost paramount, it's so paramount. But you need the self-confidence first. Work and purpose is the intersection of fulfillment and recognition. Oh, that is what purpose is, the intersection of fulfillment and recognition. Now, this might look like staying past a role's expiration date for this or that reason, or staying where you aren't recognized or satisfied for the work that you do, or all that you bring to the table beyond your KPIs and your to-do list items, okay? You bring so much more. This can also look like not speaking up or stating needs when you're being treated wrongly or poorly, not getting the opportunity that you said you were going to get, not advocating for your pay or your raise. Now, our work and our purpose is often where little whispers, which is what I call intuition, instincts, the guiding light within us. This is often where they show up and where we don't believe in ourselves enough to do what we really want to do deep down. So notice if you're offline, lukewarm, or lit up in your work and purpose, and then take a moment to just write down exactly what it is that would light you up to do. And you don't have to admit this to anybody. You don't have to take any steps towards this right now, but just listen to the little whisper. Just acknowledge that little whisper. What do I actually want? It's often enough simply to acknowledge that little whisper's existence, to give it a microphone for a moment. If we don't listen to our little whispers, they get louder and louder and louder and gnarlier, and they take our sense of self down. We need your sense of self to stay strong in order to pursue work that really lights you up. Okay, as you keep writing, I'm going to move on. Remember, you can pause this. Let's talk about environment, the middle of the pyramid. This is the gooey center of the pyramid, and for a good reason. Because when you are living in a home, on a street, in an area or a city that you are lit up by, you are on fire, right? You feel so magnetic in that place because it's quite a massive choice and privilege. Let's be honest, it's a privilege to live where you really want to live. Many people on this planet never get to make that choice. But we often also hold ourselves back from living the life we really want to live. Now, I'm not saying this means you have to live an exorbitant lifestyle. I'm saying, do you dream of living in the mountains, but you're still living in the Midwest because you're afraid to take that risk, to make that move? Maybe. Do you dream of spending a summer in Europe, but you haven't been bold enough to take that risk yet? Maybe. Maybe. Now, this can also look like having an accumulation of material things around you that no longer serve you or reflect who you are. So yeah, what are you seeing in your immediate environment around you? Do you like what you see? Do you like what's out your windows? Do you like the clothes that are around you, the little tchotchkes, etc.? Do they reflect your values? Is your home and your space a reflection of you? Maybe. And of course, not tending to what you have already, this can be a sign that maybe you're not in alignment with what you have right now, not lit up by it. There's a certain amount of, in my experience, of love and devotion that emerges when you're lit up by your environment because you want to keep it beautiful, wonderful. So notice any little whispers that are emerging, and if you're offline, lukewarm, or lit up in your environment. Good job, babe. Keep going. Keep going. You're over halfway now. Let's do community. Community. This is so close to the bottom of the pyramid because it is really our lifeblood. It's our friends and family who share our same values. We need those people around us. We need them close, 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 close. They can be a phone call away, great, but we also need to see them out and about in our world to feel safe in our environment. Now, this is a sense of if you are surrounded by people that you like to spend time with. Oh, it's so simple. Am I surrounded by people that I like to spend time with? Who also see you and support you. This is also people who you can do things with that light you up and who are excited to do those things with you. This can be something as simple as I have friends that like to go to coffee shops. I have friends that want to take photos together. I have friends that want to hike, friends that want to see movies, friends that want to sit and drink tea, friends that send workshops, friends that take courses with me, whatever it is, friends that want to walk the dog, friends that I sit and do nothing with. But they're excited to do those things with you. Any number of them. That's good friends and family. This is also people who will help you in your times of need and lovingly reflect to you when you are not in alignment. Do you have any people like that around you? Do you long for more people like that around you? Lovingly acknowledge if you are offline, lukewarm, or lit up in any of these areas. Moving on to partnership. This is the final section of our inventory process, and it is the base of the pyramid. Our partnership is a person with whom you are genuinely lit up to spend your life with. And when I say your life with, I don't mean you have to be ready to spend your entire life. I just mean that you are presently spending your life alongside someone, or you are getting ready to meet somebody or hoping to meet somebody that you are genuinely excited to spend any portion of your life with. This is someone whom you can grow alongside without dragging or forcing them along. This is a really common attribute or quality that my clients bring up when they are feeling fulfilled in their partnership or not. It's a big one. Are they willing to grow? They're bringing them along. It looks like being with a partner who sees you deeply and wants to see you thrive, and you with them. You really want to see them thrive as well. And the final contemplation I want you to have as you go through the partnership section is, am I readily willing to become just like this person throughout my life? And whether you have this person now or you are calling in this person, these are questions to carry with you and to come back to as you take inventory of where you're at and where you want to be. Now, we're moving on to a totally different section here after this. So if you want to pause here, do so. Then we're going to move on to the next section, which is our light inventory. Of those 5 areas, where are you already lit up and where do you have room to become even more lit up? Let's just do a simple acknowledgement with a summary in your notebook of I am offline in these categories. I am lukewarm in these categories, and I am lit up in these categories. Whatever your arrangement of these 5 areas is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You're right on time. Go ahead and write those down. And then we're going to work on our light source. This is the purest, simplest expression of yourself. Now, you guys know that I lovingly call myself a lighthouse. That is something that has been told to me, and I am recently, and for the last year and a half, embracing. And I've had such a metamorphosis around embracing being a lighthouse. I'm telling you, that's the birth of this whole workshop and this whole experience that you're having right now, is just the owning of it. And I want to take you guys through a handful of different light sources to see what light source you might resonate with the most. And I want you to consider this as a part of you that is your purest, simplest expression, like you as a young child. Like, how were you? And how are you out in the world? And how might you be perceived as your best self? First of all, we have the disco ball. This is like the light of the party. This is the thing that when it's in any room, it makes every room better, right? We all love to point out the disco ball and say like, I love when that thing is on. I love when it's moving around and shining and reflecting. It's so powerful to be the disco ball. You could also call yourself a light worker, one who's a healer to others in presence, words, or touch. This is an incredible noun that encompasses the work that you do in the world and letting people experience more light in their bodies. You could also consider yourself to be a fire, one who is warm, ancient, who gathers others. So people like to sit around in a circle and feel deeply connected and lose sense of time. People have been gathering around fires for millennia. Maybe you like to consider yourself a fire. Or maybe you'd like to consider yourself a lighthouse, like me, someone who guides others to shore safely, telling them, hey, watch out for these rocks, or hey, you've made it. You can rest your weary bones. You're so close to a safe spot. You're so close. Someone who stands tall anyways. You could also consider yourself to be a light switch, one who is deeply familiar with the light and the dark and owns both of them, and maybe oscillates really well between them. Light on, light off. All right. Got to get to know the dark, got to get to know the light, and got to consciously switch between them. We also have the sun or sunlight. The sun, oh, God bless her, shines no matter what. She rises and she sets. She creates all kinds of beautiful miracles around us and grows food and makes us feel great and creates sunsets. So maybe you're like the sun. You're the sun in every room. Or maybe you're like candlelight. You provide glow and safety, warmth, ritual. Maybe you are also ancient in that way with your candlelight. And there's so much intimacy with the candle. You know, it's like you light one and it's an immediate symbol of taking care of oneself. So maybe that sparks something in you. You could also be like a star or starlight, one who shines in the dark, that isn't as accessible when there's so much light pollution, right? The irony. And maybe that encapsulates your more cosmic energy, being starlight. Or maybe you're a mirror, one who reflects light to other people, one who says, hey, this is you. Remember, this is how you are. This is who you be. This is how I really see you. What a gift, what a gift. Or finally, perhaps you're lightning, one who flashes light during a storm. I mean, lightning, what even is that? What is the crazy combination of atmospheric pressure and energy and charge and storm that creates lightning, a lightning bolt in the sky? Maybe your inspiration or your insight strikes like lightning and you're there and then you're gone in a flash. See how all 10 of these light sources or these light nouns have a different energy to them? And they're all forms of light, but they have a different expression and meaning and a frequency or a need that is being answered. So contemplate what your light source is. And let's play a quick game together. Light ad lib. You are going to come up with your own light source, or one of the ones that I listed, and you're going to say, I am a fill in the blank. Insert your own light source. And here's where you're going to make a commitment based off of everything you've observed and learned about yourself in the last section, those 5 areas of light inventory. And you're going to say, and I am committed to blank. This is the change I now know I need to make in order to be lit up in these areas. All right. I am committed to blank. In order to do what I am meant to do. Okay. All right. So I am a blank and I am committed to blank in order to fill in the blank. To give you an example before you get started, I will tell you what my version of this ad lib is, my kind of power statement or my light statement is, which is this. Whenever I say it, I have to truly like kind of buckle up a little bit because it's powerful to declare. So I want you to look for the powerful, the edge as you declare all of this. Hand on heart, sensing, acknowledging myself. I am a lighthouse, and I am committed to standing tall and being seen in order to make an impact on the world and show people that they can and should be lit up by every single aspect of their life. Yours may be completely different, and I encourage you to make it wildly, boldly, drastically different. And whatever you come up with is radically powerful. I hope that you'll share it with me. Please, please, please share with me. But pause this, work on it, and then come back to our next section. When you have it, send it to me, please. Please, please, please. So I have this great new website that has been such a mirror to me over the last year and a half that I've been working on it. It's revealed so much. I have to do a whole podcast on it, but socialalchemyinstitute.com is live, and on it are some incredible offerings for all of you, including 2 new ones. The first is me just wanting to ask you, like, how can I support you on your journey to becoming your brightest light source? Now, this is work that you're going to have to do again and again and again, and maybe you want a little shoulder-to-shoulder support on your journey to embracing whatever has come up for you. I know a lot can come up in this kind of work, and I would be so honored to support you on it. One of the first ways that I support people is with one of 2 golden threads. I have the golden thread and the cosmic thread, and within each of these are 2 offerings. The first is the authentic compass exercise. It is my foundational exercise that I do with all of my clients. So whether you become a full-time client or you just want to drop in once, I love to do the authentic compass exercise with you. It's typically $150 for a 90-minute session where you establish or re-establish your internal navigation system, the most authentic and reliable parts of you that you want to charter your ship towards, that you want to build your life around. And that will allow you to make decisions that are in alignment with your most authentic self, with your light source, with your purpose, your impact, and let other things fall away that are no longer in alignment. This is 20% off until October 10th. And then we have Life Force Coaching. This is the real deal, the ultimate transformation, the whole enchilada. It's 3 or 6 months of personalized coaching to guide you through your unique season of growth and get you to the other side of this massive evolution in the spiritual process that you're in right now, whatever that is. And what we're going to be doing that whole time is reconnecting with your light and any blocks that are in the way between you and your goals and your dreams. This is 10% off until October 10th. Then we have the cosmic thread, and it's 2 offerings. I still have human design, not going anywhere, but this would be an entry-level way to work with me. 90-minute dive into all the essentials of your human design. We're talking type, strategy, authority, incarnation cross, centers, some gifts. And it's all aimed to juice you up on your own superpowers, your own gifts, your as well as your blind spots, what you might be missing based off of how you feel and see and move in the world. It's a really incredible place to start. Also 20% off right now. And then we have the System Blender. The System Blender is a pretty new offering to the Social Alchemy Institute, and it's an epic 3 to 6 month cosmic buffet of exploration. We're doing a little bit of somatic work, a little bit of human design, gene keys, genius report, astrology, etc. And you're gonna get the best of all of these ancient and modern systems. And it's like, I mean, it's truly a compilation of about 9 in-depth readings. And if you were to get that many readings from many different practitioners, you would pay a metric of money. And the System Blender is all of that in one place. We work on it every week or every 2 weeks for 3 to 6 months. And it's an epic deep dive into your soul. And then we have these somatic sessions where we kind of pause, integrate, we work through the body, we work through the blocks, and get into your nervous system. And that really helps my clients just pause, integrate, and catch up with themselves and decide what they want to do with all that they're learning about themselves. So those are my 4 key offerings with my new website, and they are all centered around helping you be lit up, alive, and on purpose, which is my purpose and my gift in the world. I'd love to know what you think about these, and you can of course hop on my website and sign up for them there. Book a clarity call if you want to do System Blender or Life Force coaching. But if you have any questions about any of this, seriously, just send me a DM. Hit me up on Instagram, hit my line, let's talk about it, and let's hop on a call to connect, because there's nothing more important than doing this work. And there's nothing more frustrating than when you know you want to do the work, but you're not able to do it because you're having blocks. So thank you guys so much for being here and coming to this workshop, replaying it on your own time. And most importantly, thank you for doing the work. Thank you for doing the work. I bow to you. I see you. I really do. I really do. I know it's not easy taking inventory of where you're not lit up and where you want to be, where you know you can be doing better. But just acknowledging it with that simple, it's okay, and knowing that you're gonna make those moves is really powerful. So claim your light source, own who you are and who you came here to be and what you came here to do, and let the rest fall into place. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.